How do you know if you're on the right medicine for your moods?
Well, this is a huge problem in my mental health clinic that I had for about 25 years, that so many people came to see me and they had been on medicines for a long time, but they were still struggling with depressing, very down days, anxious days. They were still having mood swings. They were better than before they ever started medicines, but they really weren't happy and they weren't free of the bad thoughts, but they were somewhat better, and they wondered, is this as good as it gets?
So there's actually no physical tests that people can do to determine if they are on the right medicine or even if they have a mood disorder. So how can you assess this?
Yeah, because we have no blood test, there's no x-ray. It's all based on interview and opinion. It's all based on how well you can describe your thought pattern to the doctor and how much experience the doctor has with mental health problems and with the medications available. So it's a very inexact science, okay? So think of it this way. In all mental health conditions, all the diagnoses, the underlying problem is you lose control of your thoughts. And your thoughts go off in directions that you don't want and you can't stop. So in depression, your thoughts get into negative, down, sad spirals. In anxiety, you get into fear and worry and anxiety, and that's a spiral you can't stop. And in mood swings, you're sometimes down and sometimes really pumped and driven, and you can't stop that either. And so that's sort of the primary symptom of a mood disorder is you have thoughts you don't want and you can't stop it.
So one of the ways then that people can tell if they're on the right medicine or the wrong medicine is they just can't shut their mind off.
Yeah, that's the most useful screening question I had in my clinic, even just to make a diagnosis of a mood disorder is, can you shut your mind off? And if your medicines are working correctly, you should be able to shut your mind off and regain thought control. So if your medicines aren't quite right, you're still going to have a struggle with shutting those bad thoughts off.
And if you want to hear more about subjects like this, you can subscribe to get this regularly on a weekly basis, either on YouTube or on the website.
Yeah, there's a subscription form on every web page. So it'd be very easy for you to hear from us every week. So when you're on the right medications, then your chemical balance is restored and you can think clearly and you can pick the thoughts you want, which could be a brand new experience for people. But you have to make sure that you convey that information to your doctor. If you still are having down days, anxious days, and you can't shut your mind off, you've got to let him know. And especially let him know if your moods are occasionally swinging into high energy drivenness, because that's a different diagnosis and it's a different medications for that. And so, it could be just as simple as a small dose adjustment, or you might need to switch your medications, and now you can actually combine medications because there's so many ways that you can adjust to actually have your treatment correct and so you can clear your mind. But the key is you have to keep reporting to your doctor how you're feeling and if you are still having days when you can't shut your mind off, and he'll keep tweaking until you have that thought control.
So you don't want to just say, oh, I'm fine.
Oh, yeah.
If you're still having some of these strange thoughts or whatever.
Yeah, I had so many people say, oh, I'm fine. And all that meant was, well, it's better than nothing. And I don't want to kill myself, but, I'm still struggling. But that's not recovery. That's just slight improvement. So
the loss, able to shut your mind off and no struggle is a really.
We want to adjust the medication dose so your life is no longer a struggle and your mind is clear and you actually can relax.
So, and some of the other things that would really help with your ability to metabolize your medicine is watch whether or not you're having caffeine or stimulants. This is a hobby horse that Grant gets on every time he speaks.
That's right, because stimulants like caffeine, all they do is make your mind go faster. And so if you're in a negative or anxious mindset, it'll just make those thoughts louder and faster. And the patients taught me actually that if you eliminate caffeine, the medicines work better, faster at a lower dose. And so I took my whole practice off caffeine and people improve faster. And so that's just a real easy tip. But we will put a link below this website to an information page on our website. I'm sorry, below this video. We have an information page on our website that just walks you through everything you need to know about mental health, how to do a self-assessment, how to understand mental illness and treatment from a Christian perspective. So there's lots of information there. And also too, in our Free Your Mind program, it actually walks you through how to assess yourself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and it's how to get on the right medicines, how to know your spiritual authority, and how to unload your baggage. So it's a comprehensive program through short videos, And we'd love to have you come and join us, because you can just do it on your own time. It's a self-study online program, and the information about that is below this video as well. We'd love to have you. So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week.